Yeah.
All right. So I had put this up. It's just an image, but I, the wealthy expat said, "My divorce cost me over $300,000 US dollars in lawyer fees, real estate left to my ex-wife, and extra charges. Pick your spouse carefully." And I had said, a wife, and I say this all the time, a wife is the most critical financial decision you can make in your life.
Mm-hmm.
It's
absolutely.
It's the most important thing, and people put it like as an afterthought sometimes.
Yeah.
Guys especially, they don't really realize because men are the romantics, period. And so you guys, and I honestly feel like most of the men that we speak to here don't necessarily fall into this. So I say you guys, and I don't want you to think I'm actually pointing at you, but men in general tend to say, she'll do, we have a good time together, we get along fine, you know, she's got a good family, well, it'll be great. But they're putting 110%, they're 10xing their business life, they're 10xing their goals, they're all of that stuff, but they're not really putting long-term goals and what ideas and
mm-hmm.
you know, kind of risk management,
long-term planning,
for their marriages, and it will bite them in the ass every time.
Well, and that's like I was talking about affluent fives earlier this week. In wealthier neighborhoods, older money, and I mean even like second or third generation money, generally the family, and we're not talking about arranged marriages, but they will guide the guy towards a girl that is from a family that they know, and they trust her and they think it's a good fit, and generally they'll have her picked out relatively early,
like 8 years old.
And he'll come home from college, you know, with a different chick from school, and they'll be like, she's okay. Have you talked to Katie? You know, and here's the thing is like long term, because just like Bunny's talking about your financial outcomes, because when these families marry, should she, for whatever reason, divorce, it's not scorched earth. Whereas you get a third party or a person that you don't know, and 15 years into it, it's you versus them. And guys lose everything or half or more of what they've invested in, or everything, you know, as opposed to when it stays in the neighborhood and it might be managed, or it's managed over time, or they stay married and live separately, you know, which is quite often the case. But the long-term stability of the family and the children and the money is of supreme confidence, not punishing him for fucking the secretary, or punishing him for infidelity, or punishing him at all. It's more of a separation of a partnership.
It's true.
Know? So
it's true.
That's where the affluent fives come in, because you're not dealing with craziness. So
it's true. I love it, man. You guys are vocal